tutorial, I will be going through with you another stock which is Salesforce.com, and you can just type in Salesforce stock in Google, and then you can just see the symbol. It's CRM, and I'll just explain you briefly. So everything I get from Google, I'll just explain you. This is the name, okay, of the firm, and if I want to buy the stock right now, I have to pay 156.21 US dollars, and the market cap is in billions, which means a big size firm. There's no dividend yield. Now this is very important. It pays no dividend. Now companies that pay dividend, that means they're financially very strong, because after paying their creditors, loans, liabilities, they still have extra money left. That extra money they pay to shareholders as dividends. So it suggests that companies that pay dividends, that means they're financially very strong. It's a very positive sign that it's doing very good financially, which is brilliant. But this company is not paying any dividend. It could be two reasons. Maybe it is not financially strong. Maybe it doesn't have any money left at the end after paying their costs. Or maybe they do have money left, but they choose to invest back in their firm to expand their business further instead of paying to shareholders. So it could be either way. So you need to find out the reasons yourself. Now, another thing I want to point out is just go to Wikipedia and just find this, search this box, and you can see when was this founded in 1999, 20 years ago. Now, I want to have a look. I just want to see what the employees working there think about this firm. Just copy this exactly from Google, paste it here, click, go to Indeed, go to reviews, and Indeed reviews, and I want to see what people who work here think about this firm. We have 476 reviews and it's 4.2 star, which is brilliant. And you can just read through the pros, the cons, and what people have to say about it, what's good, what's bad, because employees who work there, they'll tell you the real picture. You can see their salaries, the photos inside, the jobs, the questions, everything. Now I want to see what people have to say in Glassdoor about this, because that's a brilliant website as well for reviews. And I can see that we have 5,300 reviews. It's quite a lot, and it's 4.3 stars, and which is brilliant. You can read through the benefits they give to employees, the interviews, the salaries, the jobs, the photos, and everything yourself, the pros and cons. Just read through the reviews to see about that. Now I want to see if it has any patents. So I'll just go to a website called Justia Patents, and I will just search there. I want to see what patents do they have. So I will just paste it exactly from Google, and I can see I'm not interested in an inventor, because these are people who invented but they don't have full rights. I am just looking for applicant or assignee, because these are people who have the full rights. So let's see, it has patents in 2012, yes, another one in 12, 13, a lot of patents in 13 and 12 and 12 and 12, and there's a lot of patents of this firm. That's brilliant, because the more patent it has, the more stronger it is. It has a very strong moat, and it's difficult to beat this company because it has a lot of patents, which is brilliant. In 2015 they have patent, in 2012, and so on. So it's a big list, so you can just go through yourself. Just make sure they have recent patents in 15, 16, 17, 18, because that means they're still innovating. It's not the old patents. So that's very important to look at as well. So you can just go through the list yourself. Now I'm gonna see what the key executives, who the key executives are. I'll go to Yahoo Finance, and I want to see the key executives and what salaries they're getting and everything, because that's very important for me to know. And I can see, I'll just click on this one, and I'll go to profile, and I'll just show you one more thing. You can see the sector is technology, the industry, the employees, and that's brilliant, because I can see 5 key executives and all of their salaries have been shown. That's brilliant, because they have not hidden anything from us in terms of salaries. So that's brilliant, because that means they're very transparent in that terms. It builds trust, because they've given us all the information. Now what else I want to show you, I want to go to macro trend now, and I want to see the ratios. Go to price ratio, price book ratio, and paste in the symbol CRM, and that's the one. Okay, so sometimes this website takes time to load, but don't worry, because it has a lot of data, so you need to be patient. Maybe you need to wait for 60 seconds or a minute or two. So that's fine, because it will make your life quite easy. So briefly, while it's loading, I'll explain you what price book ratio is. If the ratio is less than 1, that means that the stock is at discount. It's a cheap stock, it's at discount, it's a bargain, it's a sale, you must buy it. If it's less than 1. If it's more than 1, if it's 1, that means that the stock is of its real worth. That means that it's not, at least it's not expensive. That's brilliant. And if it's more than 1, that means that the stock is expensive. The higher the number goes, the more expensive it gets. So after it's just still loading, so after it loads, I'll let you know. Please let me know if you have any questions for me, or if you want to suggest me something, or if you've done your own research on the stock and you want to share with me, or if you want me to explain something further, or if I'm just going through like very 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 fast, you want me to slow down, please let me know as well. So I'm looking for the price book ratio. Right now it's 7.37. This means that the stock is 7.37 times more expensive. Somebody who buys right now. So if I just have a look that in 2009 it's 4.79 times more expensive. And if I just see vertically up, people who bought that time, they paid $6.65 to buy something that was only $1.39 worth. So it was still like nearly 5 times more expensive. But right now it's 7 times more expensive. So you need to be careful that do you want to wait about it, or you want to buy right now. It's up to you to decide. But the most expensive it was in 2006 January, when it was 23 times more expensive. So people paid at that time $10.26 to buy something that was only $0.44 worth. So it was 23 times more expensive. So that's a very important ratio. Now let's have a look at other ratios and current ratio. And I want to see that you know if the stock is safe or risky. If the ratio is less than 1, that means stock is very very risky. If the ratio is 1.5 or more than that, that means the stock is safe. Let's have a look. So I'm looking for only 1.5 or more than that. Okay. So I just want to say that right now it's 0.96. That means it's less than 1. That means that the stock is very risky. The current ratio is less than 1. The stock is very risky because if you just go up vertically, you can see that there are more liabilities than assets. So which means that the stock is very risky. Let's look at the previous trend. Yes, the stock is very risky. It's less than 1. It's less than 1. Now here it's more than 1, but it's not. It's even if the assets are more than liabilities, because it's more than 1, we're looking for 1.5 to be safe. It's still not very safe. Let's look at the previous. It's less than 1. That means liabilities are more than assets. It's very risky, very risky, very risky. Less than 1. So I can see that, consistently it has been less than 1. So for like there are fluctuations. So, I can't see 1.5, okay, which is very safe, and it's consistently less than 1. Recently, consistently less than 1. So that means the stock is very risky. I would say there are more liabilities consistently, which is not a good sign. Let's look at debt equity. I'm looking for zero point 0.5 or less than that for it to be safe. This ratio will tell me if the company is mainly operating on long-term debt or equity. So ideal number would be zero point 0.5 or less than that. So let's have a look once it loads. Okay, I'm looking for point 0.5 or less than that. Right now, it's less than point 0.5. That means the stock is very safe in terms of debt equity. And let's look at the previous one as well. Yes, it's consistently been point 0.5 or less than that. Yes, so it's brilliant. So since we have data since 2005 up till now, 14 years, recent years, the stock is very safe in terms of debt equity. So it means that it has taken debt, but still the stock is very safe because it's point 0.5 or less than that. Let's go to return on equity. I'm looking for 8% or more than that for it to be ideal. Okay, I'm looking for 8% or more than that. It's less than a little bit less than 8%. Let's look at the previous trend as well. No, it is a minus equity, a lot of minus equity. No. So there's no consistency of it being 8%, and there has been a minus equity as well for until 2016, and then it's been up and then down. So it's not consistent in terms of equity. So you need to think about it.